Top of the morning. Top of the morning. I'm at work. I'm about to get ready to go in about 30 minutes. I said I'll make a quick video. And this video is going to be about XRP, cryptocurrency, stable coin. Some people know it as Ripple. Some people have been buying it since it was Ripple. And, a lot of people don't call it Ripple no more. They just call it XRP. So I don't know when did that change come. But the change came, and a lot of people are just calling it XRP now. I have a few minutes before I go into work, and I just wanted to make a video talking about XRP because XRP just broke the 350 mark. And like I said, I told y'all a backstory on my page about a coworker I saw trading XRP when it was about 50 cents. If he's still trading XRP, this guy's he's probably a 9x into this coin now. He's doing very well. On Coinbase, it is being bought by new users more than Bitcoin right now, even though Bitcoin is the top dog. XRP is definitely drawing a lot of attention, drawing a lot of fans, and a lot of people are interested in the coin because it's making a huge profit for people. Now, what I would say about XRP is it's gaining a lot of traction because it was a lot of things going on in court litigation-wise with XRP. A lot of regulations. They're basically trying to get XRP to a point where it's a legitimized coin. A lot of people saying that a lot of cryptocurrency advocates, they kind of want it to be a decentralized asset. They want it to be to where, the government has no access to it or able to control it. I guess they feel like they don't want the government to manipulate the coin like they do silver and other stuff that they see that should be valued a lot higher that is not. And I believe that they think stuff like that because you got to think silver is used for a lot of different things that's with the economy. Like silver is used to make like computer parts and a lot of chips and a lot of things silver is used to make industrial wise. So I think that the government keeps silver prices down a little bit because it kind of is part of the economy. Gold, they don't really do it as much, which I feel like gold is being manipulated too, and a lot of people feel like that too. So they wanted cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other coins like that to be decentralized because they really don't want the government to have any control over it. But what XRP is trying to do, XRP is trying to really make this a digital asset. They trying to make it to a point where it's a store of wealth, like a bank. Plus you gain interest on it and stuff like that. But, at the same time, cryptocurrency advocates want it to be decentralized. The people who's running XRP don't want it to be decentralized. So I think right there they have a little bit of a rift. But at the same time, if you sit back and you look at the way XRP is going about their business, I believe that a lot of these big companies like BlackRock and a lot of these NFTs and stuff like that is going to start putting their money into XRP because XRP is going to be a safe haven because what they're going to understand is that if they get backed by the government or get backed by FCI or FIC, I forget what it's called, that the bank uses, if anything were to go wrong, your money is backed. Like you're not just going to lose everything. Even though we love Bitcoin, Bitcoin is the top dog. Ethereum is the next top dog. But if they were to go to zero, you lose everything. You don't have a federal insurance. You don't have nothing to insure your millions. If you were to invest, God forbid, let's just say like MicroStrategy, you're investing billions in Bitcoin, and you couldn't pay you couldn't pay MicroStrategy to believe Bitcoin was going to zero. But let's just say hypothetically Bitcoin does go to zero, then MicroStrategy will lose every dollar. But XRP is trying to make it to a point where if it goes to zero, you don't lose every dollar. You just lose a certain amount, like the bank does. If the bank were to go bankrupt and go out of business, the government has you insured for $250,000. Now you might have millions in there, but at least you are insured with the $250,000. So XRP is up, I don't know, 100, 200, 300% this year. XRP is up huge, if not 500%. XRP is up real big. So a lot of people is definitely getting in there and getting their money. I'm definitely is gonna start taking some of my work check and putting it in XRP. I believe XRP is going to 10, 15, 20, $25 a coin. I believe there's no stopping it because it's gaining too much traction, and you can't really say why a coin like XRP is going up. You could just say the news, and a lot of people is investing money in it, but it's nothing like earning reports and stuff like that. But when you have a lot of people investing money in something, that's what makes it go up. So XRP is definitely going up, and I believe there's no stopping it from going up. So I'm gonna put a few thousand into XRP. As I get paid. I just started this new job and I'm in training, but as I get paid, I'm gonna put a few thousand into XRP because I believe XRP is not going nowhere right now, man. It's the hottest coin right now, and it makes sense, and that's the whole thing. When you got litigation going on, and that's the one thing. Like I said, the story I told you about my coworker when it was 50 cent, and I was asking him why he was watching a coin so heavy because it wasn't really moving. He started talking about the litigation with courts and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, I just, he was just talking. You know how it be, just running his mouth. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, okay. So, it is what it is. But then when I say maybe 2-3 months down the line, when the coin popped, I heard it on, YouTube, and people started, the chatter started, people, a lot of people who got the apps and stuff like that started talking about XRP and how it jumped and this, that, and the third. And that's when I was like, oh, wow. I remember my coworker was buying that coin at 50 cent and he made a hefty penny off that. So, this is the Aaron L Show. We just gonna do it. We just did another update on XRP. The coin has just broke another all-time high at $3.50. I thought this coin was a stable coin, but it's obvious it's gonna try to get to a store of wealth, and it's definitely gaining value on the market. Keep your eyes open for XRP. This coin could be a monster.